Okay, welcome back to another edition of what we like to call Answer Your Questions. We had mentioned on a podcast earlier that we're going to answer as many questions as we can to kind of help people understand a little bit more about this case and about, what's going on. And before we get to the question I'm going to ask Rex is one of the reasons that we're doing these podcasts and this book is to help people with healing with this whole situation with Lori, Chad, and Alex in this case. And for me, it's also to make other families aware of things that are going on in your family, not to be silent about it or cut people off, and try to work through things and help out other family members. So we'll talk more about that. But one of the big things that I know that people are asking questions are, hey, are you guys doing this for money, or claiming that we're trying to do this for money? And there is a nonprofit involved, and I'll let Rex talk about that a little bit.
Thanks. And the people that asked the question, I want to thank them, because there are a whole lot of more people that I'm sure have the question. Anytime you're dealing with something that might involve money, people will question your motives. And I'm okay with that. Adam and I feel very good about what we're doing. I don't mind sharing it. We didn't want to take time in a podcast, so we thought we would do it here. But some people came out, they already had their opinion made that we're just money grubbers. I'm even okay with that, because anyone that's involved in this case in any capacity, whether it's part of a social media group or just asking questions to us, even if we don't like the questions, even if you don't like us, it's still energy in my mind, toward getting justice for the murdered and living victims here. So please, even if you've already made your decision about us, you aren't going to follow us, you probably aren't listening to this, but even if you are, please stay engaged in however you found us. You found us through Nate Eaton's interview, or Justin Lum's interview, or Gigi McElvee's interview, or Hidden True Crime. Please stay with them. Don't lose. If you're divorcing us, don't lose them in the divorce, and stay involved and keep commenting. We appreciate that. I should have mentioned Annie Cushing's group too, and I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of her podcast. She stated very plainly that she doesn't want to be involved with us or follow us. That's fine. Stay engaged in her. We believe in her cause. We're very glad Joe Ryan's death is under investigation. So if she's how you found us, we recommend her too, or anyone else that got you here. But I'll address this, as Adam said once before. Any money that comes through the podcast and the book is going directly to a nonprofit. The name is being changed to the nonprofit. I'll explain that in a second, but it was established a couple years ago. I helped establish it with a good friend. The reason it was established is we want to do skills training. That's what my professional background is. We want to do it for anyone, so if they don't need to go back to school, they don't have to. They can have a nonprofit help them develop their skills. We don't care what age they are or where they are in life. We want them to have access to that, and we have insights as to how to do skill development efficiently and effectively. That's what Adam and I deemed is a worthy cause, where the money's going to go. And we're changing the name of it because I released a book in April. In the book, part of what I wrote about is a complement to the education system. And so the name of the foundation is in the process of being changed to Your Uncommon Path Foundation. It's an uncommon path to go just get the skills you need, not go back to school. And so that's the name of it. If you look it up now, I don't know where it is in the name change. I'm not part of I'm not the president of the foundation, but we'll find that out, and we'll be just as transparent as we can. But that's where the money's going. If we make money, we're new at this. We don't even know how to monetize, how much a podcast might make from being monetized. For people who think you make a lot of money writing a book, you probably haven't written a book before, if you're one of the 5 big name authors, you make money at that. Otherwise, it's pretty slim pickings. But we'll be glad for any money we make to go to the foundation.
But going back to the foundation real quick, if you think about in life, and we've had this discussion before, when you graduate from high school, and some of you are 18 or 19 years old, and you're trying to figure out, do I go to college or I don't want to go to college? What can I do? This foundation, these are kind of skills we're talking about, to find a skill that can help you do those things. And also, Rex, we talked about people who are retired. I can't wait to retire. And then they get retired. And then once a month or 2 months goes by of retirement, they feel like, what am I supposed to do with my life? I don't have a purpose. Maybe some of these skills can help them do other things. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be in need for this uncommon path foundation that we're trying to put, trying to raise money for.
And the foundation got a start a couple of years ago. We're waiting for things to readjust since then. And so I sincerely hope the money will help that. And that group of retired people was an unexpected group that needs to benefit from this. It was surprising, but the need is there. So we're glad to be involved in that effort.
Hopefully that answers your questions about our motives or what we have going with this podcast and book. And we'll be answering more questions in the next questionnaire.